Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In Finn's office, he hollers at Poppy that he should have been told. She burgled him and she burgled Luna too. Poppy demurs that she had no intention of depriving either one of them of anything. Finn yells, "Well, you did. Commodity you had no right to do. You denied me a relationship with my son." At Bill's place, Luna listens as Will tells Electra that the girl has paid her. Aloud. Was his son wasn't really his, she faked a maternity test. Now she's in captivity where she belongs. Electra sensations that Will nearly had a family. Will says, a family who was a miscreant. Electra asks her name. Will says, Luna. Luna Nozawa. Luna shafts in her caching place. Steffi enters the Forrester manse to find her parents kissing and canoodling. Ridge asks how effects are going at the company. Steffi's doing her stylish to play nice with the serpents. Taylor asks about her plan to oust them. She says she's still moving forward with it, but she'll need to attack from all sides. Steffi expresses frustration. She doesn't know how Carter sleeps at night. She has to believe that deep down, he knows what he did was wrong. Ridge goes on about them pecking them in the reverse. Steffi prodigies if perhaps Carter hasn't forgiven himself. This has to be importing on him. Ridge asks what she's byword, what she's thinking. Brook enters the office at Forrester as Carter concludes a work call. She notices he's getting enough comfortable there behind that office, aren't you? Carter talks up all the expansion he's been setting up. Brook's impressed with him bringing his vision to life. Carter just wishes Ridge could have been part of it. Brook asks, any regrets? Carter asks what she means. Brook says Ridge was his stylish friend, was it worth it? She wonders how he really feels about taking over Forrester Creations. She points out that there was a mortal cost people he hurt, people that he betrayed. She wants to know how he feels about taking a company down from people who considered him family. Carter feels terrible that they couldn't see the eventuality of his vision and that Steffi abominated all effects Logan so much that he'd no choice. Him taking over will make effects more there. Brook thinks they should call if what it was an achievement. Now that she's CEO, she wonders if she offered too important. Carter muses, you mean your relationship with Ridge? In Finn's office, Poppy pleads with him to understand. Finn accuses her of telling herself the taradiddle that she didn't want to burden him with a child. He screams, Bull. You didn't want it to come out what we'd done. Poppy says it would have been disastrous for him. Finn counters, and for you, most importantly. Having to explain to everyone how you were helping around the house. He sensations that Hayes isn't his only sprat, I've a son too. I've a son that you kept from me. You prevaricated to me, Poppy. You prevaricated. Poppy insists she didn't know for sure who Luna's father was, and she didn't want to ruin his life. Finn hollers that they could have done a test. She denied him any chance of knowing his son. Poppy says perhaps she did the wrong thing. Finn hollers, perhaps? Poppy asks if he can forgive her. Finn gawps, forgive you? Poppy says she was doing what was stylish for him. He argues she was doing what was stylish for her. What you did to me was bad enough, but Luna? Look at what our son came. He complains that she shut him out and raised a killer. In Bill's house, Will chuckles that his father wanted him to embrace Luna and accept her into the family. It was all a big con. Electra asks what he allowed of her. Will says she sounded nice enough, she was a suitable girl, a beautiful girl. In her caching place, Luna is thrilled to hear this. Will continues on to say that none of that matters, because she's spending the rest of her life behind bars. Electra asks what Luna did, and Will explain she was so determined to be his pater. Son that she ended up killing two men. One of them may have been her real father. Electra asks how she was set up out. Will says Steffi set up out and Luna captured her. She's out of their lives now and will be in captivity for the rest of her life. We're no way going to see Luna Nozawa again. In the Forrester living room, they debate whether the innocently sound Carter went down. Ridge saw no sign of that person, that's why this stinks so important. Steffi knows her pater is in pain. She recaps that Carter turned against his stylish friend, it's presumably formerly eating down at him. Ridge asks if she's suggesting he'll find his heart and hand the company back to him. Steffi has to believe that deep down, the man he used to be is still in there. Hope got to him, but he has to be doing some serious soul-searching right now. Ridge wants to believe she's right, but he's unrecognizable to him right now. Taylor warns he's lost in Hope's world right now. Steffi will help Carter flash back his values, or who Hope really is. One way or another, she'll stop their reign at Forrester. They're going to be gone soon. Whatever it takes. At Forrester, Carter asks if Brook wishes she'd turned down the CEO position. Brook's not saying that, but she has a heart and she knows he does too. Eric and Stephanie worked for decades to make this company, and Ridge and Eric's genius made it what its moment. How can he live with himself knowing he stole it down from them? Carter complains that if Ridge and Steffi had just heeded to him, none of this would have happened. Brook says they did hear, gave his ideas consideration, and turned it down. It was wrong to cut hope for the future, but what they're doing is wrong too. And deep down, I suppose you know that. In Finn's office, he thinks Luna might not be in captivity for life if he'd had access. None of this would have happened if I'd been there. Poppy cries about pitching his life. Finn hollers that he was 18. I still merited to know if I had a son. What kind of man do you suppose I am? Finn continues to yell that he'd a right to know. Poppy demurs, I did it for you. Finn says keeping a child and parent piecemeal is one of the most awful effects a person can do. He could have changed Luna's life for the better if given a chance. She betrayed him in the most horrible way, and this changes everything. I've to tell Steffi. Poppy grabs him and tells him he can't. Luna kidnapped his woman. How does he suppose she'll reply to this? It would also ruin her chances of a relationship with her family, who would no way look at either of the same way again. Nothing good comes from saying anything. It's not like he can have a relationship with Luna anyway. She begs him to keep this a secret. No bone can know that Luna is your son. Carter Walton and Daphne Rose got busted in a close moment while John Finnegan brazened Poppy Nozawa with the Verity. In Finn's office, he was in denial about Luna Nozawa's maternity news, so he ran another DNA test and got the same result. Once Finn was convinced Luna was truly his son, he decided to get Poppy on the phone. At Il Giardino, Lee Finnegan wondered why Poppy wanted to meet with her, so Poppy admitted Luna was missing. After Poppy explained how the captivity officers would only tell her Luna was still confined, she turned down Lee's offer to CAF them next. Lee remained repentant about the history, but Poppy looked shamefaced after Finn called her up and summoned her for another ASAP meeting. In Finn's office, Poppy stressed the significance of him putting all his questions to rest. Still, Finn pulled out the maternity test results and brazened Poppy over her falsehoods since he was indeed Luna's father. At the Spencer Manse, Luna enjoyed her snug life as she relaxed on the lounge in ethereal slippers and ate chocolates. When Luna stumbled across an old Tom Star flyer in a book, she refused to believe he was her bio-pater. In the design office at Forrester Creations, Zend Forrester Dominguez intruded Hope Logan and Steffi Forrester's tense discussion. There was some talk about how inestimable Zend was at Forrester before Hope took off. Zend assured Steffi that he'd faith in her plan to take back control of the company, but he wished he'd some details. Steffi didn't give Zend any major updates on Tuesday's B&B occasion, but she did say Hope and Carter wouldn't smell it coming until it was too late. Daphne refused to tell Carter why she showed up on Forrester Creations' doorstep since she wasn't the type of woman to explain herself. After Daphne shifted gears and pushed Carter to choose between the two spices she was offering, he scented one side of her neck and also the other. Carter formerly again sounded enraptured by Daphne as he leaned in close. When Hope entered and spotted the cozy moment, she questioned what was going on. Carter pulled back nervously and explained that he was trying to choose between the scents for the launch. Carter will avoid raising too numerous red flags for now, but will bring you more prognostications on any covetousness that might erupt for Hope down the road.